Now we are going to say, stay in your own territory, but this is just too interesting to not pass up. So I've been playing Fallout for the longest of times since I was like a wee little girl. So I thought it'd be interesting to talk about everything. So here I am, talking about the plague, the Fallout conspiracy theory, which isn't really a conspiracy theory because there is a 1,000% possibility of this plague. I'm so excited to talk about it with you. And I'm sorry if there's fireworks and stuff. It is currently Canada Day, and I live very close to Canada, and Idaho, very close. So you can hear fireworks of them being like, Canada. Well, I mean, it's no longer Canada Day. It is 12:44 here. So for them, I don't know what time it is there. So there was a time before the Great War there was a secret engineered weapon designed by a scientist working for the United States government, or the shadow government, later known as the Inclave. The intent was initially to create a virus that would sterilize the infected people to be used on enemies such as China. Because if you do not know the Fallout universe, there is... Hang on, let me grab the game. Fallout 3. I don't have Fallout 4 with me. It is currently at my other house. But this has a DLC in which you go back in time, have a pod chamber, and fight for Anchorage, Alaska to get Anchorage, Alaska back. So it'd be work for things like that. The new plague arose in 2052 after Chinese Hail-Gu agents, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, please repronunciate my pronunciation if it is wrong, managed to steal some of the limits of 115, which was the limit that they made to make the new plague. During a substage of the Hoover Dam, which was Fallout New Vegas, testing labs, the spies were in process of trying to escape Denver and were killed, breaking samples of the virus in the crowded public area. So obviously that would spread the virus and so on and so forth. And I will get into other details and stuff about how us and how our immune systems are, since we are vault dwellers and stuff, and how we won't have that much of an immune system and stuff. Anyways, that's for later time. The epidemic killed approximately 200,000 citizens in the United States, including citizens such as Denver, Boulder, and the Colorado Springs. The United States closed its borders, and first ever national quarantine was declared. So that sounds like a pretty bad epidemic crisis, right? That'd be like Ebola now, but in years later, or the Black Plague then, but now, kind of thing. In 2055, the West Tech Research Facility started working on a new virus to kill the new plague. Despite their efforts, they were unable to find the cure, and the plague continued to spread in the 2060s, filling national I don't know how to pronounce that word. The government was using the plague as an excuse to register citizens, claiming the symptoms of the plague was socialistic thoughts and advising isolation. People should stay indoors, read books, and avoid the ice cream socials. Furthermore, people were told that if they believed they were infected, they were to contact a disease control center such as the Disaster Relief Outpost and Point Lookout for isolation immediately. Point Lookout was in Fallout 3. The West Tech Company had to close the ties with the federal government, and their work in the viral research eventually led to them being chosen for the Pan Immunity Byron Project, or the PAIVP, in 2073. So this is not more of a conspiracy theory as more it is in fact. So in 2073, the project, later known as the Forced Evolutionary Virus. In February 2077, the FEV research was leaked in the world, thought as an unknown source. They were protests in many major cities and governments around the world, as well as accusations that the U.S. was responsible for the new plague. So this is after the Great War. All of that stuff that we were talking about was before the Great War. This is after the Great War, because remember, the Great War was 2077? Don't quote me on that. If you know the whole thing, then please let me know. I'd like to know everything in the comments below, because obviously I don't know everything. Not everything's written down. Not everything's typed out for me to look up, and most of the research that I'm getting is on the Fallout Wiki if you'd like to know more about it. Okay, here's an interesting fact. If you are into Fallout 3, like I certainly am, then this is good for you to know. After the Great War, the physically deformed swamp folk inhabiting Point Lookout are likely results of the combination of the mutated version of the new plague and breeding FEV and radiation. During the decades between 2277 and 2287, Robert Joseph McCready's son, Duncan, has come down with a mysterious disease with no cure. Its symptoms are a heavy fever, painful blue boils, closely matching the new plague. This is a lot of words and a lot of things I'm speaking of, but this is actually all very interesting to me, and I'm pretty sure a lot very interesting for you guys too. And I'm still thinking about changing my background. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think I should add, what you guys think I should leave, blah, 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 this and this. After the war, the NCR scientist Victor Prester thought extension research discovered the history of the limit 115 and the genocidal potential, and also discovered viable means to cleanse the world using the Ulysses, the quarantine prison, the ballistic satellite known as the BOMB negative .001, the way human planetary domination and the order became clear. He needed to get to BOMB .-001. They used a negative weapon to clean the fifth and trench the currently occupied the surface. A lot of stuff. So all of this stuff is after the war, and we're still doing during and after the Great War and stuff. So Pressburg and his followers released the new plague virus into the remote area near Boulder and Denver. It was close enough for the quarantine prison to spur Ulysses into action, but not near enough for huge populations to start a general panic. Pressburg's, please let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. Pressburg's men would then stage an attack on the prison, which would allow everyone to escape. This event would start a countdown of sorts for a missile launch on BOMB .-001. Ulysses would assess the virus spread, try to gather up the escaped prisoners, and once 90% of the prisoners have been retrieved, launch nuclear missile to clean and prevent any further infection. By the time this happened, Pressburg had planned to be on and in full control of, I've said that too much, but it's BOMB .-001, and reprogramming targeting solutions to cleanse the area he wanted. He, one of his choosing, would wait for the second nuclear holocaust in the Boulder Dome until the day came where he declared the earth safe for pure-blood humans once more. The thing that had the time consuming factor for his plan figured out the launch codes on the satellite. Prester knew he was more than intelligent enough to eventually figure it out. After he was far more intelligent than the monkeys who originally programmed the launch computers on the BOMB point -001, or so he thought. And that's the end of the information based on the virus that I could get. But there is the Boulder Dome design documents, which I will also read about. This is probably going to be one of my longest videos yet. I'm actually very excited for it being one of my longest videos yet because I love Fallout. Like I said, I played the first Fallout when I was just a wee little baby in my mom's womb still. I just grabbed a computer, took it in there, and started tapping bullshit. Boulder design documents for the Van Buren project, Black Isles Cancer, was leaked for the secret source of September 9th. With no mutants allowed. Secret source. So you could find this. Actually, you could have found this in Fallout 3, but decided to get rid of it. So there's 5 different parts. I'm not going to read all parts. It's actually a quest if you want to do the quest. So I'm not going to read it. I'll let you guys figure it all out on your own. But let's get to the part where we come into the mix. I'm just letting my voice calm down because that was a lot of talking all at once, so. So here's my thoughts and everything of the whole entire. So we were in a vault. If you're talking about if you're talking about the Fallout 3 version, we were inside a vault since birth to 19. So that means we had 19 years of having no problems, no nothing. So that means if we were to go outside in the real world, the common cold would even kind of kill us because just someone coughing would get us sick, and we have no immunity to any sickness. So it'd be really weird for us to deal with all that stuff. Oh, and be ready because I have another video coming up right after this that I'm also very excited about. I'm surprised no the fireworks has come off yet. But the thing is like we've been in a vault for, if you're talking about 2000, not 2000, why do I keep saying that? Fallout 4, I think we were in there from 2077 to what, 2277? We were in there for shit long. No, it couldn't have been that because your son's not very old yet. I can't remember. Let me know in the comments below. I obviously don't remember that much from Fallout 4 because I haven't been playing it that much because I don't really like it that much. I like older graphics more that just make me more happy